Welcome back, Grand Strategist. This is Genesis with the War Table. Wanted to come back right away here and just get right back into this Venice run. Last run was a little long, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that I get a little farther in either the same amount of time or a little less time is the goal here, and we'll keep it short and sweet. No fancy intro, no like it's this we jumping in. So right now we are 1345. We are approaching Black Plague. That is coming in about 1 to 2 years. In order to prepare for that, we have built hospitals in our most populous areas of Venice. We have conquered some Greek states over here. We have made Smyrna a colonial nation, and we have created 4 other vassals down here in these islands, and we are looking to expand now. We've just fabricated a claim using Parliament on Padua, and this is going to be a great example of how to we're gonna kill like three birds with one stone here. So when we declare war, Byzantium decided to join a coalition against us. This is one of the things about coalition management. Now that Byzantium is in the coalition, I'm just going to kneecap them and make sure that they can never be a threat again. So I'm going to, in this war, try to take Constantinople, and Croatia, who has been my rival, is I think allied to Padua. So by luck of the draw, I now get to fight Croatia without actually engaging with Hungary. So this is going to be interesting. So without further ado, let's go ahead and declare war. And just so you know, I want to say shout out to everyone watching the last video, episode 1. If you have not seen that and how we got to this point, a lot of people have been watching that. And then the economy video that I recently released. I appreciate everyone for viewing, watching, and subscribing. So if you like this video, or just, the whole spiel. Can you just like this video and sub if you feel the need to, if you feel like I am worthy? Thank you very much. All right, let's declare war. So boom, we are now at war with, was that a fourth? Oh, Epirus, that's what it was as well. I forgot Epirus is involved in this too. They are the Byzantines' vassal. So we will go ahead and raise our armies. Again, I'm only going to raise them in Venice because that is where the majority of our troops are at. Go ahead and get them troops raised quickly. Don't need to raise the navy levies just yet. And while I actually think... Oh, we failed the issue, I forgot. Yeah, that's fine. We don't care. Are they up now? Here they are. Let's go ahead and assign a general. Ooh, looks like we can't. You know what? How is our Doge? Is our Doge? Is he good? 72, 46. No, we'll do this guy. We'll have him fight, and we will have him go to Padovia. Go ahead and siege the capital right away, and we are going to prioritize taking this. This is our war goal. So it's really important we take that. It'll make it to where our war score starts doing attacker ticking instead of defender ticking. So I also told my best friends, make sure that you keep, when you're fabricating claims and doing any war, make sure that you keep your claims right in an easy province that's easy to capture. That way you can get that ticking fairly quickly. The other thing to note too is that we were called into the war with the Pope. The Pope is at war now with Savoy, and the Pope has tons of allies, so it should be a war that we don't really have to participate in. They have, I think it was, yeah, Venenoa. I pronounced that terribly, but they are at war as well. So we are going to siege down Padua, and then we are going to go over to Croatia and siege them down as well. And it looks like while we were at war, the Black Death has spawned, just like I said. I'm trying to get all these wars out of the way while our levies are fairly high still. And same thing with our vassals. So it will be coming here within a year. It probably spawned, I'm guessing, over here in the Golden Horde right there. So it will slowly spread, and it will get to Italy first, simply due to the massive amount of trading that we do. So we will have to do something about that. Let's take a look at Byzantium. Yeah, they are getting demolished. They are in a war against Bulgaria. So right now, I hope Bulgaria doesn't take Constantinople. They probably won't. They'll probably take a lot of the lands up here, I'm guessing, but we'll see. Hopefully we don't get wrecked by the AI. But we're almost finished with this siege here, and the Pope is absolutely just wrecking in his war as well. Oh, is he done? Oh no, the Pope is done. He took all of Savoy. The Pope is now all of Savoy. Okay. Pope doing Pope things. Hey, whoa, our ally just got juicy. Nice. Okay. That's good for us. And the Pope loves us. So, this is a good thing. I guess while we're waiting too, we do need to go ahead and spend our money, make sure that we max out these food nodes still. We have just been casually just making sure we're building one of them at a time always. We are going to leave that one half. Like I said, we'll go ahead and build these other fish nodes still. Need to slow down because it is lagging a little bit. We'll build up this wine node too. And a good thing with tree stay, this is something that I like to do with tree stay. I actually like to derank it whenever you are able to. All you need to do is right click, but you cannot do that when there is separatism, so you need to make sure that you assimilate this location first and core it as well. So once I assimilate tree stay or increase the satisfaction, that's basically what is probably the issue is right now. Once I do that, I will derank it, and I will actually build up the horses here, because as you can see, the profit for horses is pretty high. It is required by nobles, so it is really good to build up this RGO, and then what I like to do is then build stud farms, and so I max out stud farms and then employ the entire population to make horses here in that location. And because it's right there, you actually get pretty high control. So when the tax base goes pretty high, you get a lot of money from it. And after 2 years, we finally sieged Padovia. So we are going to haul booty over to Croatia. It actually looks like our vassals are doing the thing. So we are going to get on the boat, and we're going to go to Constantinople. It looks like Bulgaria is not even sieging them, or they are. Are they in another war too? Yeah, they're in another war with the Germanids. So we gotta hurry. Looks like the Black Death has arrived in Italy. That makes sense. Good thing we have our vassals, our levies already raised, and we have now researched professional armies, and it looks like, what is this? We must uphold our traditions. We lose 100 gold, go towards traditionalist. I don't want to go towards traditionalist to give some art quality. No, we are going to not do that. We want to be innovative. It's a lot of, that made no sense. But yeah, let's see where disease is. Okay, yeah, so it's here in Venice. Our resistance here in Venice, though, is going to be fairly high. It is 23.8%, almost 24%. So we should hopefully be able to not have a large portion of our population here die. We have 118k here in Venice, so we will monitor what happens. So far, our boats are going over. Let's see if they're getting sieged over in Constantinople. They probably are. I'd be surprised if they aren't. We might be too late for taking this, to be honest. We might only get Croatia out of this. Sad. Whoa, what just happened here? Did I... Oh no. Oh no. Oh boys, this is not good. I think we just got stack wiped. Okay. I don't think Byzantium is going to fall to us in this war. I'm not going to even load back because that's just silly, but that was such a newbie mistake. I should have seen that coming. There's fog of war here, and because of the walls here, you are not able to see past it, and I just totally ran my troops or my ships right here when there was the Byzantium fleet waiting right there, and they had a massive fleet. They have 49 ships, and they had 4 galleys, and I had no galleys, and I was all fishing ships, and they just took 17 of my transports out, and as well as destroyed my entire army. So that means that this war is going to end a lot sooner than we expected. So we are going to separate sue for peace. We will go ahead, and that is worth it because we don't want people to die. Padua is resieging their territory. We might actually have to hire mercenaries here. Okay, so we have successfully taken out loans, raised taxes, and then reduced some spending in some other stuff. And we will start minting. Actually, I'm probably not even going to mint because the inflation's not worth the 10 ducats. I don't think. Yeah, it's not. So we are going to go ahead and recruit this guy that we had selected. Where did he go? He is right here. So we will recruit this mercenary. We'll actually take this one because he has better stats. Make sure he is the same cost. We want to get 15 soldiers, so for 801 ducats and 5 ducats a month, we will be able to recruit 1,500 footmen. So it's not going to be a huge army, but they will be regulars, so it'll be better than nothing. They will have better efficiency against regular levies, and then what we will do is go ahead and raise the levies in the other areas that we have, and then hopefully we can get them to get all together and then have a decent troop stack to finish up the war in Padovia and Croatia. We are not going to be able to do anything about this over here, unfortunately, because our navy is now non-existent. So that is our fault, and my silly little blande. Yeah, just don't do what I do, and learn from my mistakes. I learned the hard way there. So we're going to go ahead and move all these troops over, and we will, now that we have this military force, perfect. So we now have cored this with the assimilation. So by assimilating the population here, this is now a core, and the control here will start to rise, and we will actually start getting taxes here. So that is good. And this is what I mean with regulars. We only lost 10 soldiers, even though it was 2,000 to 1,000. Regulars are just stupidly strong. So let us go ahead. Ooh, nice. That is a great boon there. Let us go ahead and finish up with Croatia. We will send our troops over here now. Totally forgot that I had a navy and that I had some cogs and some galleys, and for some reason I didn't put them with my levies. These are the 4 galleys in question that absolutely destroyed that fleet there. So we are now landing our troops. So they are coming over to hopefully try and siege. They are going to have an issue probably with food, I am guessing. We are going to have to be quick about it and siege something here so we can get some food under our control. Otherwise, we will face massive attrition losses. It'll be 5% every month, and we do not want that. Unfortunately, Rome looks like they bit off more than they could chew, and now they have an entire coalition that fired against them and are trying to call us in against this, which we cannot do. We cannot fight this at all. So we are going to have to decline this, and unfortunately, our alliance with the Pope will not break. So we are defenseless. We have no friends. This is not good. Not good at all. And our people are having trouble getting food over here. So we'll see how long this, if we can even siege. Oh, there is a siege going on by Bulgaria already, and they are 14%. Let's see what happens here. Watch this. I'm curious to see if... the AI leaves, because I have noticed that the AI will straight up leave if you decide to come and help siege with them. They started this 1,000 days ago. Yeah, see, this is what I was afraid of with Constantinople. Sieging Constantinople is not easy at all. Like, it is very, very difficult. But looks like they are not leaving at all, which is not good, basically. This is very good. We have now actually finished coring now the rest of Venice. So I think Treviso is the only thing. Yeah, so Treviso is almost done. It'll be done in about one more year. And that's because it is a city, but the surrounding rural areas just integrated. So we're going to actually start getting a tax base out of our local area here. And which will be nice. And then what will happen too now is this livestock will start filling a lot quicker because we have promotion speed, because when it is not integrated, they do not promote fast at all. So I was waiting for this to see what Bulgaria does. They now have the full, they just finished sieging Constantinople. So we'll see if they actually end up taking anything. We have our troops over here waiting to see if we can go over there really quickly and snipe them. Currently, right now, we can actually start taking territory from Byzantium if we wanted to, but oh no! And they have returned to the control of the mercenaries. Got it. Okay. That is sad. I was trying to... Well, so basically we can sue for peace right now with Byzantium. We can actually take a lot of land from them, except Constantinople, because it is owned by someone else. So I'm kind of waiting to see. Okay, so the worst thing possible could have happened is Bulgaria took Constantinople. So that means we will be fighting Constantinople, or not Constantinople, Bulgaria, which may not be a bad thing. They're actually kind of weak. They're not allied with Hungary. They're not allied with Serbia. So we may be able to do something. Now this is after a war, so I think they have a little bit more troops in this, probably double this, but I think this will be manageable, and we will actually be able to separate sue for peace now, and we're going to go ahead and take some land. Probably we're going to focus on coastal land. I'm not going to really focus on the inner yet. I'm going to focus on the outer and try and see how much of this I can get without occurring too much antagonism. I lied. I went ahead and checked the raw materials map, and I'm glad I did. I did not know this, but there's a gold node that is right here, and we are going to we're going to take that because it is not being built up, and we are going to build it up, and we can probably do something with it. At least our vassal here would be really rich from this because they will make it a capital. So we are going to see if we can siege that, because I think it is a... What's the deal? Why is it not letting us take it? Oh yeah, we have to take the province capital, so we have to siege this right here. So we will go do that real quickly. Okay, little Black Death update. Looks like it has spread a little bit. It has not really done much to us. I lied. We have had 184,000 deaths in our country. We've had half the population here in Venice is more than dead. Not half. We had 112. So we now have, what? I don't know what that math is. I think we had like 40% die. I'm not sure about the rest of... I did not do any of these things. I should have. I should have done segregate the infected. Would have given us an extra 15% disease resistance. It's already kind of too late. If we go to the disease map, you will see that we have 95% resistance against the bubonic plague. So we kind of messed up there in our management. You live and you learn, but yeah, make sure, I just completely forgot about this, but what you want to make sure you do is you can do segregate the infected, which gives you that extra disease resistance, and then it goes away. That is the only thing that I would do on there, and then what that ends up doing is giving you an overall resistance in Venice at the start. It gives you that 24% with the hospital and the natural disease resistance, plus an extra 15%. So you lose a lot less population. I lost a lot more population than necessary. So don't do what I did. I am just kind of making several mistakes, but they're good mistakes to make because you can see exactly what not to do. Okay, we were able to siege this area down here, so we will go ahead and take this province right here. And it looks like we'll be able to take a decent chunk. I don't think there's much else that I want to take. I do sometimes like to look at the population map. I don't see anything in particular that is screaming to me like the gold did. So we will go ahead and take this. Take as much gold as we can. Are we able to get war reps? Probably not. Nope. Okay. That is fine. We could disable one province. Not worth it. Might as well just take what gold we can. We'll send that demand. We are going to get some antagonism, but it's not going to be as much. It is mainly going to be with Byzantium, who already hates us, Bulgaria and Serbia, which we don't mind fighting as well, but none of the Italian nations, and Hungary is a-okay with us. Now when we take Croatia, this will be a little different, so let's go ahead. I've already selected everything, maxed out everything, and so our antagonism will jump really highly with... So Verona will join, Athens, Aquila is back. That is weird. What is going on there? I'm gonna have to take a look there. So Aquila, and so Naxos, Genoa. So we will need an ally probably. We're gonna have to figure something out. But I actually think we might be stronger than every single one of these countries after we get these vassals up and running. So we are going to do this. We will take Croatia as well, and we will then go ahead and look at Padua, see about taking all of it, see what it generates for us antagonism wise. So same, just hate us a little bit more. Genoa is really the only one who could potentially be a problem, but when looking at them, they were fairly weak at the time. Pavia. See, these are like small countries. So Ferrari is in the... So it's not a bad thing that Ferrari would join. Okay, I actually think that this is fine. So we will take Padua. So there we go. In nice little chunk of change here. The Byzantines are getting beat up. They went from beating up everyone else to getting beat up themselves. This is just border gore hell. Look what the... Wow. This is gross. This is gross over here. Okay, so this is nice. We're going to go ahead and start doing vassalization of everything. Okay, so we have successfully created a bunch of vassals. Created Biga, Lumos, these island nations, this guy right here, the Republic of Chalkidiki. Yeah, that one. And then we also made Croatia. All the land we took, we just made it one big vassal because there's not a lot of population there to begin with. There are 80,000 population there, as opposed to like out of this one right here, I think, you know, 20,000 between like two provinces or two locations, and this is several locations. This is like 10 locations right here. Population here is just not high at all. So they will not have like a high strength modifier versus us. They only will have like about 1,000 troops. So we're just going to leave them there, and then we are integrating Padua. We are going to continue assimilating Trieste. First, we want to get a 50% Venetian there so we can downgrade it to a town or to a rural location to get more horses. Need my horses. And we will be continuing to monitor this Greek situation. We will probably fabricate a claim here on Bulgaria, honestly. I'm going to go ahead and make one on Constantinople. We may just go to war again right away since we already have our parliament up. So we will go ahead and sort by our highest possible chances, which looks to be market expansion. We'll do market expansion. It's going to lower trade maintenance for a bit, make it to where our trade income goes up for the duration of this. Ooh, this is great. So we can get rid of pirate havens. This will go ahead and shoot us up to 76%. We can support free subjects, which is also a good thing. We will get 97%, so we will go ahead and fabricate claim on Bulgaria. We will select Constantinople. I could have chosen an easier one, I'm not gonna lie. I made another boo-boo. I should have chosen this province right here, so that way I could siege that, get war score. But you know what? For the love of the game, we want Constantinople. We're gonna tell them that we want it, and that's what our claim is on. So we gonna take it. Naples. Oh gosh, Rome's gonna get eaten. Okay, so we need to declare a new rival. We want to do Aquila as well. So since for some reason they popped up out of nowhere, I think Austria was forced to release them somehow. I don't know. I think they were. So they are back on the chopping block for us by a just fate, a turn of events, which is good. So they're already our rival, actually, I guess. So we need to declare another person our rival. We will do it to the Byzantines again, because we will want to mop them up. And yeah, here we go. No coalition. Coalition has disbanded. That is perfect. We do want to get Parliament over 50%. It would be nice to get the Russian merchants, which gives us extra burger trade capacity, which means that we will make slightly more money. So we will address toll complaints, get rid of the toll castles. We are pissing off our elites very, very bad. So what we might do here actually is give them a privilege to balance this out, which is not going to be a terrible thing because there is some stuff that I like here. Noble Navy is nice because it gives you monthly progress towards Navy, which you do want. And I could see a play for something like Primacy of Nobility, except that it gives 100% power, so please be careful with that. You need to keep that in mind, that the more powerful you make them, the harder it might be. You could do this if you don't mind the serfdom push. You just need to make sure that you're pushing towards free subjects a little bit more. But I think I'm going to go with Noble Navy because we want the Navy push, and I think we're going to get some galleys, so that'll reduce the cost there. This will give them a satisfaction boost, so we don't have to wait, and it'll keep them happy. And it looks like what is going... Oh! He wants us to convert people in the colonies. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. Or we can get more output from raw materials. You know what? We're going to get more output from raw materials in the colonies. That just makes more sense. Give them a big buff. We'll go towards free subjects, lose some tradition. That is fine. We do not want to grant this parliament seat. Sorry guys, you are not getting that. And we are getting closer and closer to our professional armies. We are super close. For some reason we cannot make Byzantium. I guess they're too weak. Wait. Oh, what just... They got chopped down even harder. Oh, they're having a rebellion. Oh my goodness. Jeez. The Byzantines are not having a good time there. Okay. So we may just chill on declaring a rival. I don't really mind the prestige hit. I don't really care about prestige. It means nothing. The only thing that I do care about is the antagonism received. So before we go to war again, we will declare someone a rival. We kind of want to work on trying to get another ally up and running. And looks like we got a development. We can't find an ally, but what we did find was we got finally the 50% for Venetian in Trieste. So we will go ahead and get this guy off, and we will have him do something else. We're going to have him integrate provinces. We're going to have him do Lika right here for us. And these should take only... well, they'll be done within the decade, so that'll be nice. And this is the beginning of burghers building their first buildings. Awesome. This is actually really good. Okay. So this is part of the reason why I reduce taxes so much sometimes, is because I want my burghers to make money. I want my estates to make money. They end up building buildings for us, helpful buildings. I don't have to invest in that market warehouse, and that is going to be a big boon to us. We will go ahead and downgrade Trieste to a town or to a rural location. This will get rid of all of these right here, but as you will see, as we build up horses, we will make a lot more tax base. So right now we are at 4.93 tax base with a total potential of 6.77, and then watch how much goes away. It's not going to be much. Let it take over. Go ahead and start building some more horses in that RGO. And it went down by 1 ducat. So it went down by 1 ducat, and then we are going to increase it by 2.2 for every level. And obviously that will get a little less as we increase it, but that is my point, is that horses are just way more valuable in Trieste, and it already starts with a low population, so no need for it to be a town. Make it a rural location and make some more money from it, because you will get some high control from this location, meaning you're going to get some high taxes from here. And the Byzantines don't exist anymore. Okay, this is straight up just the Byzantine nobles. This is crazy. Okay. So one thing to start doing is building up tanneries. Tanneries are going to create leather, which is going to be consumed by your soldiers, which is incoming very rapidly. So I'm going to be able to build armories here soon, which is what I've been saving some money for. So I'll be able to throw down some armories, and then that means I'll be able to start recruiting men-at-arms here soon within the next few years. So before 1355, I will have regulars on the board. We will want to increase our taxes and trade income to be able to support this. What we are going to need to do is we are going to have to urbanize certain locations to start getting more marketplaces. So Mestre, we will need to then turn it into a town. So we will have to spend 400 gold there, which it may actually be worth to go ahead and start doing that instead of getting the armories. We need to build a strong foundation to be able to stand upon, so this is what we shall do. We shall found a town in Mestre, and that'll finish over in a year, and what we'll be able to do is we will start to be able to build more marketplaces here, and we want to increase the marketplaces that we have in Treviso as well, because a lot of our income right now is coming from trade. Okay, 22 gold of our so half of our income that we get is coming from trade alone. We don't get much from taxes. We're actually starting to get some good gold income from diplomacy. You're starting to see why I have been taking those lands and just vassalizing them. It's not costing much to do so. I am spending money on Diplo, but it is scaling more than the vassal income that I am. So I'm spending less on Diplo than I am on the income I'm getting. And I don't need to spend this much, but I do so sometimes on accident. But as you can see, if I cut it in half, I start to get disloyal subjects. So I tend to play with it maxed because I don't mind. It just means that I get to take more actions, diplomatic actions than most. So I try to keep track of this. I am going to go ahead and start improving relations with France. And we don't really care about Bosnia. We do care about Hungary. We can't really get them any higher. What about Austria? Can't really get higher with them. And maybe the Egyptians, you could make a case for improving relations with them, just so they can leave you alone. That actually might be we're actually going to do that here. We don't want them to mess with us while we're expanding over here. We want to keep them from joining a coalition against us. Because currently we already have a pretty strong coalition forming. It is Verona, Aquila, Trent, Serbia, Genoa. And they've got about 7,000 troops altogether, so not too many, honestly. But if I were to take, I think I equal them. Oh, what's going on here? I only have 1,800 troops. Is this because of... Oh yeah, so my levy population here is absolutely demolished in Venice. What is going on? We're gonna have to do something about that. And that's what I was worried about. Got it. Okay, happened in live real time. Here you go. We're going to have to struggle bus here. We're going to be very strategic. Our vassals are pretty strong, so this should help. You know, Ragusa has a... Nope, Ragusa has no troops. What is going on here? Nobody has troops. Nobody has troops. Oh, they haven't integrated. This is why. This is why. Okay. This is gonna be an issue, and we may not. Depends how well something. This may not be good. We don't have an ally, and Verona's actually fairly strong. We'll see what we can do here. We'll see what we can do. Okay, we've taken out a lot of loans. I'm talking like a lot of loans, like loans. Loans. You see this? Look at that many loans. I'm telling you, man, loans are not a bad thing. So we're 1,000 gold in debt right now. We got 30 loans. We're gonna take it. We're gonna even 30 loans because I don't like odd numbers. We're gonna go ahead and recruit or hire some mercenaries, and let's see if we can get some troops. If we can beat Verona's troops, we'll be all right. That's all we got to do is beat Verona's troops, and then we'll be okay. So, let's see what happens. Okay, while we're getting our mercenaries, they're hiring right now. You know how I said in the last video I'd tell you why you want to do some glass stuff? So Venice gets the Murano glass industry. Basically, they get some 10% local glass output. It's not a crazy buff, but it just makes it to where it's a little bit more profitable to do some glass stacking on Venice. So we are now at 2,000 troops. We should be okay. We are going to take care of the bigger stack first. We will merge our 1,000 levies and 1,200 regulars together, and we should honestly be a-okay. Go ahead, and he has already lost. Oh, there's his 2,000 troops. So there's 4,000 troops right here, and this is why regulars are going to be very, very strong once we get them up and running. We are in so much debt, but we will be able to recover. It is going to be worth it to defend ourselves, and look at that. Regulars go, go, go. They lost 1,000 troops to our 20. So this is why I am telling you to make a beeline for regulars or professional armies when you are playing tall or small. It helps you deal with a lot of stuff. A lot of these bigger armies that are completely reliant on peasant power. We are trained professionals. Venice has gold. We simply hire someone to do the killing. Okay, we don't need to send out the people that make the money to go do so. That's silly. So we're going to go ahead and keep pressing the attack. Make sure that we keep reducing their troop count as much as possible, and we want to go for the war leader, which is going to be Verona. So we want to siege them down, take this as soon as possible, and then keep mollywopping their troops to make sure that they don't get any sieges done on us. We are now outnumbering the army that is in our area, and we have actually just unlocked armories. Let's see, can we go ahead and build one? Yes, we can. We will go ahead and do so. Our first armory going down in Venice. Okay, we won. Okay, so we won all those fights. Make sure to consolidate and balance unit always. You don't want your sections to be unbalanced. If you have too many in one section, it could make it to where you lose a battle and you have no clue why. Nice, we got some extra research. Build up some marketplaces still if we can. Just keep spending a little bit of money that we have so we can increase our income overall. But we are going to sit on Padovia now, I think, and siege. I don't think that they have a big... Oh, they do. They have 3k over here. What is this army? Jeez Louise. Oh, they've got 5k there. That is a decent chunk of change there, bud. We're just gonna chill. We'll see. We're gonna watch you guys and see what happens. Watch you guys separate, hopefully. Okay, so we have actually sieged down Verona's capital. We still can't sue for peace. The reason being is because they are sieging Venice and Padova, so we're gonna have to deal with these two armies. We do not have a huge troop count, honestly. So I'm kind of nervous to fight these. If they have any regulars in these armies, which I'm not sure if they do. Let's find out. It says we're going to lose, but we'll see what happens. And we have one, and that is what I was talking about. I was not... The tooltip can sometimes be incorrect, I have noticed, so keep that in mind. If you have regulars and you are, I think, at least more than halfway to their troop count with regulars, they have levy. If you're 2 to 1, or at least 50% of their total levy account with regulars, you should be all right. You should be okay. So we'll go ahead and recapture these provinces. We'll probably have to win a few more battles, but the ticker should start ticking in our favor even harder now because we have taken Verona's capital. So Verona will want to get out of this war a lot quicker. We'll keep checking to make sure. So yeah, they're already at -5. So as soon as we can white peace and get out of this, we are going to. I don't think we have to worry about a huge troop count. Yeah, they still have 6,000 troops, and I don't know where they're at, all of them, so we kind of have to worry about that. So I'm not trying to stay in this war any longer than necessary. Okay, so we were able to get them to agree to peace. They are actually even going to give us war reparations, which will be nice. It'll help boost our income so we can pay back those nasty loans. So we are going to go ahead and do that, and it should put us in peace, and the coalition has been disbanded, as well as put us in a truce with a lot of these guys. So we shouldn't have to deal with a coalition for a very long time. So there you have it, how to deal with a very big coalition that will probably kill you if you don't take out loans like I did. I went 32 loans in debt, and I was able to do this because my estates had a bunch of money, and so reducing their taxes early on actually ended up helping because they were positive and had a bunch of gold to be able to loan to me. So I'm going to continue to with that theme. Just reduce their taxes to increase their satisfaction, try to get them to at least 60%, and have them be able to have more money to spend and save on stuff. Because if they have more money to spend on expenses, they will buy more of it, which means that you make more money from production. So now we will enter into a state of recovery for a little bit, probably hibernation, honestly. We will not be able to declare war against Bulgaria, I'm guessing. We just don't have the levies to do so. We actually have 2,000 levies, but I don't think we have the ability to we need to get Venice's levies back and focus on paying back these loans that we have because we are in debt. So we're going to reduce everything that we can as much as we can. We might have just secured our ally. Hungary wants to be our friend, so improving relations has been helping out a lot there. Naples and Milan, I don't think want anything to do with us. The Pope, I'm pretty sure, is begging for an alliance with us, but we do not want to associate with him. It looks like there is a new... I'm confused here. Pause. There's a new bishopry. It's ruled by this guy. So I guess they just released him and a theocracy formed. Okay. Got it, got it. I'm going to continue to build out marketplaces where I can, because again, most of our money is coming from trade, so we just want to continue to pump that as much as possible. Right now we are using all of our trade capacity. The automation is doing fairly well to do so. Mestre also became a town as well, so we have begun building a library and a marketplace there. Build a library first in your new towns. The reason why you want to do this is because libraries increase the promotion speed. So that means as you build burgher buildings, cleric buildings, and whatnot, that they will promote faster into those into those buildings because of the library being built there. So we're also going to start building trade offices. Naples really likes us, so we're going to just start building trade offices in Naples to start being able to trade in the Naples market. You do have access to the fondacos. So the problem with fondacos, the one thing that I don't like is that they are a lot more expensive. They do give you trade advantage, but they give you less trade capacity as opposed to the trade office. So trade office will give you zero point 0.3 capacity, while the Fundaco gives you zero point 0.2. Either one or both are good to have. So not if you decide to go Fondaco, it's not the end of the world because you also get the higher trade advantage. The one trade advantage is pretty high. Um, so I usually mix them both, but I tend to see trade offices cost a lot less. So for example, it's only going to cost me 12 to build them, as opposed to if I went to Naples and I said, hey, let me have these Fondaco rights. They'll give them to me by requesting them there, and then now I'll be able to build Fondacos there, and they are going to cost me 3 times as much. So I can get 9 trade capacity or zero point 0.9 trade capacity for the same cost as one Fondaco, which only gets me 0.2. So I tend to focus on the offices first, and then I build out the Fondacos to get the actual advantage. So just keep that in mind. I think trade offices are going to be better, betters, um, to build, especially early on. I was able to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is going to give me 1.2 trade capacity in the Naples market. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it starts to add up when you have 100 of these, 200, 300. Now, one thing to note is that trade offices send population from your country, so peasants will become burghers in other countries, and to fill these buildings staff. So they will use 100 burghers per building. Just keep that in mind, but it is kind of funny. You'll start to see Venetian pops all over the world in specific locations. I think in one run I had over 30 to 40,000 Venetian citizens in London trading. So that was pretty cool. But if you do not have the population to support it, just make sure that you aren't just sending over population that you don't have the ability to do so. Basically, by going high trade income, lowering your tax base, you can actually minimize expenses, increase income by a lot is kind of what I'm seeing here. So we will probably do something like that. We will play small and not go as big. And we will pump some money and give out a loan. But as you can see, our money is starting to climb. We have been just creating marketplaces constantly in Treviso and Chioggia, and improving buildings in the locations around the capital. That is what we are focusing on to increase this number right now. So Hungary has broken their alliance with us. This is because we actually were going over the limit, and I think they became too powerful, basically. Yeah, they're starting to become pretty powerful again in comparison to us, so I think they broke the alliance because of it. And Austria just took Aquila back again, so that is hilarious, actually. And they are again in another war against a coalition now. So Austria just keeps attacking and then getting fought against. I wonder what this is going to look like. Well, Austria may be able to fight this. Austria is probably going to be able to defend against this, but they're constantly going back and forth up here. That's funny. So we're slowly recovering still. We're not really doing much of anything. I don't think it looks like Bulgaria is invading the Turks over here to take this piece of land. Byzantines are fairly peaceful right now. Looks like they are fighting against a rebellion. They have switched back from the nobles, so that's good. So our next parliament popped. We are probably going to focus actually on stabilizing ourselves for a little bit. So this promote urbanization that just came up, we're going to do this. We're going to delete the buildings that we just built. This is going to save us some money on that. Or it's actually, no, I take that back. This is not the one that saves us the money. This is going to promote our peasants a lot faster and then increase the satisfaction. It will also make Pola a town for us. So this we really want to do. We want Pola to become a town so we can start building marketplaces there. And we don't really care to go to war right now. There might be a case, you know, for... I don't even think we can fight Verona. The problem that we arrive at right now is that all of our neighbors are pretty much even with us and we still don't have regulars on the board. We can recruit some regulars, but just not enough that it matters. Um, So I think we just need to continue to wait for our levies to recover because we are still 37% of our total levy capacity. If this was full, we would be able to do some more, but that coalition really set us behind. So we are going to have to, yeah, go back into stabilization, which is not necessarily a bad thing because this will help us with our foundation and getting that town in Pola is going to save us a lot of money. That's 400 gold that we'll have to be able to save. We'll go ahead and do this. We shall see if there are any laws that we can change now to maybe then increase the money that we might be able to make. Let's see. Okay, so the one war will, okay, so the one law we'll do is the foundation of republic. So you could make a claim for authoritarianism and this one for the extra trade capacity. What I am going to do is actually the peasant republic. Basically, it'll increase their power, but then increase the overall estate satisfaction by 2.5%, which means that the satisfaction for everybody in my nation will just be a lot higher. So that's just a good thing. We'll go ahead and support humanist ideas to cross over the 50%. And we cannot do any more shenanigans, so we will not ask for additional taxes or anything like that. We could, if we really wanted to, ask for extra levies, but I don't think it is worth it. So we will just sit on this and then kind of twiddle our thumbs and continue to build up and pay off these loans. We've paid off over 4 loans now, so we're back down to, no, we've actually just been paying interest. We're still at the same amount of loans, 32 loans. So, yikes. So here we go, Burger's building another nice building here. Local markets are great to have. Oh no, our Doge died. That's not fun at all. I hope we get a good Doge. Let's see what happens. And that all changes. Okay, so we got this guy, 46, 41, 52. He is a part of this house, this dynasty. Let's see if you have anyone. Nope, so they're no longer... Yeah, so we no longer have a person in charge that is from the crown, so our crown power is going to drop a little. Let's go ahead and assign old boy over here. Do we have a good crown estate? No, we do not. We got 2 guys. So this sometimes happens as Venice, unfortunately, where we get a doge that doesn't have a big family, and so they have like only 1 or 2 members, and this happened in this case. So he'll probably die, honestly, within 10-15 years, so we'll kind of just let him hang out, and we're not going to worry about switching around parliament or anything like that. That costs stability and gold that we just don't have right now. Yep, you can see our crown power is severely lower. It is at 15%. We could make a play to get rid of this. It actually may be the time to do it because another 45 years of waiting around might hold us back. The extra trade maintenance would increase our trade income, or the reduced trade maintenance would increase our income from trade, and Pola has become a town. So we will start building up Pola. So rule of thumb, sort by burgers. Then first thing you build is a library and then a marketplace, and then a wharf is definitely a good thing as well. I did not build that in Mestre, so I will go ahead and do that there. And that means that you can recruit Navy from those places, and the wharf also grants some other things. So now we can build gunsmiths. We will go ahead and throw a couple of those down, because with the fact that we have an armory, we have the demand. And as you can see, gunsmiths, because we have a huge demand right now, we will make a lot of money off rip from the gunsmith. So by creating an army, we are going to actually make more money. So this is what we're trying to focus on. And we're only going to build things that we want to actively like maintain or reduce the cost of. So that's going to be the things that you see on this screen right here mainly. Pottery is not a big deal. Honestly, I may even get rid of this. And it looks like we can actually, one of our cabinet members died, so that is convenient for us. That means that we can just put our buddy in here who we cannot afford to do so just yet. Let the month tick over, give me my gold. Nope, I need to wait one more month and then we can appoint him. Okay, so we gotta get him slotted now. So that'll give us a little bit of extra crown power. Probably not too much. So if you're seeing my trade income fluctuate, this is pretty normal. This is the one thing with playing trade that is not as reliable as building up a tax base, is that your trade income can suddenly fluctuate from 12 to 17 to 15 to 14 to 13. So it just depends, and that is all based on the price of the goods and demand and all this other stuff that's happening in the background with the product and good that is being traded. And it looks like Bavaria... Oh my goodness, is Austria getting beat up? I think Austria is getting beat up. Yep, they are. And we have finished integrating Lika, so this is very, very good. We can start integrating the other location. We have last location, shouldn't take too long. It's a low pop location, so it is only going to take, even though it is only 4,000, 5,000 people, it's still going to take another 5 or 6 years. You could, honestly, I may not even bother with this. You know what? I think it is better for him to start assimilating pop in our area to Venetian. You want to do this because the higher satisfaction will lead to higher taxes that you are able to get and higher production because you'll have higher control in the location, so you get a lot of benefits from it. So we'll make sure to assimilate Lika right now, and that is due to, we want to focus that because you can see we integrated, but these are yellow, meaning that they are not cores. So we want to make them green instead of how this one is red. This is a conquered settlement, so this is Padovia. It is almost finished integrating. This is what it starts out as, and as you can see, I love that this happens like live for us. So you saw it flip, now it is a core. The reason it is green though is because there's Venetians that live here in Padovia, so it immediately becomes a core. I don't have to worry about assimilating like I do over here in Lika. So little fun fact for you, little fun tip. If you're playing Venice, the surrounding area is already Venetian, so when you integrate, don't make these a vassal. You don't have to. It may be easier though for like, because these are 4 different locations, so you can start annexing these guys fairly quickly, which is what I am going to do now. I need to increase relations because I just realized I have not been for a little bit. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then we should be able to start annexing these guys relatively quickly. Yeah, so see, it's only going to take us 2 years to annex them, which is not bad. That's way faster than the integration of Padovia took. It took 10 years for one member. So they integrated for us. As you can see, if you click on this vassal, they have integrated the land, and then it will come as a core once we annex them. So Padua is fully integrated now completely, so our control should shoot up to 85%, and oh my god. Who is it this time? It's Verona, Serbia, and Epirus fighting against me. Oh god, Verona. Verona, why are you doing this? Do you realize that you're not gonna win this? Why do you think you're gonna win this? Oh my god. Okay. Well, let's deal with this coalition, and out of it we're gonna get some more land. And it's a good thing we just cored this, because now we'll get troops from this. That'll be awesome. We'll get a good amount of troops too. Keep building up marketplaces in our new towns. Pay off loans whenever we can afford them and they come into play. This will also just start it'll start increasing our income, because right now we're paying 5 ducats right now in interest. They're already fighting Verona. We will let them do that. This guy is disgustingly good at being a general, it looks like. This is basically just a free war. Was not planning on doing this, but this is another thing that can happen with coalitions when they decide to get a little antsy. The AI thinks that it can win a battle like this. We have equal troops, but for some reason equal troops just with me as a country, not including my vassals. So it doesn't make sense why they decided to declare on me. It just means that Verona is now going to fall underneath my control, and this will be a new little vassal for us. It is Venetian, so we'll actually just start integrating it right away, and that'll be awesome. And we wrecked their troops. Go ahead and re-siege this, and then we will take the capital. Serbia declared on us too with this, and so did Epirus. And we just won a pretty large battle. We actually lost a lot of troops though. They probably have some regulars inside this, I'm guessing, is the reason why. Or we just got some bad rolls. And looks like we got another core as well. And that is from assimilating culture. It looks like awesome. Good, 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 good. So we only got one more non-cored location, and we are almost there. Once this crosses 50%, which will probably be next tick, we will get a core on this location. Okay, we can recruit cannons now, and there is the core. Oh, there's their other army. We're going to go after them. While they're moving, they have less morale, and we actually may have lost this fight. I hope not. Oh no! Go, 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 go. I'm rooting for you guys. Come on, this is a close fight. I think we lost. Yeah, we lost that fight. We lost so many troops there. Okay, this is not good. This is not good. Let's see. Are we able to even sue for peace? Nope. Okay. So, who joined? Yeah, it was Ferraria that joined out of nowhere. So they boosted their troop count. Oh boy. Well, you know what this means, guys. Good thing our estates have more money. We can now borrow some more money. Oh boy. We can start recruiting some of our own regulars, which we will go ahead and do that. We can get 206. We don't need to recruit mercenaries anymore because we now have our own armory. So remember, guys, you only go bankrupt if you can't borrow money anymore and you go negative. So just make sure you stay positive. So we're actually going to go ahead and adopt banking for super, super cheap. One of the things to show real quick, I just want to show you this. This is super cool. Renaissance is literally only in Italy, so is banking, and professional armies has only really spread to France. It is barely in Bohemia. It is pretty much just in Italy, France, and England. Everyone else does not have it, so me getting these regulars on the board is a huge power spike this early on in the game. Once I have these regulars on the board, the man-at-arms with the 200 units, I will pretty much be able to... This will no longer be a problem. I will be able to indiscriminately declare wars for the next 30 years, and by the time that anyone is able to equal me in strength, I will already be way stronger than anyone possible. So This is where the real slingshot begins here, boys. So back to the technology real quick. Now that we have adopted banking, and we are going to hit this. This is going to reduce our interest by 2%. It will also increase our loan capacity, which if you haven't realized lately what we've been doing, we are definitely using this. So this is going to save us money in the long run here. And we will take our 3 regiments of regulars and the rest of our levies and just absolutely mop the floor with these. And there we go. Only 100 troops lost to 554. Now we can siege down Verona. And we are now positive, boys. Look at that. Look at that. We're doing good. Reduce the navy maintenance. Not even taxing. Skating by. Satisfaction of the burgers is insanely high. We're doing good. We're doing good. I know we're deeply in debt, but this is not a bad thing. We're just gonna use it. It's not a lot of ducats that we're spending on interest. That money's gonna come back around to us. Okay, so banking just finished. What we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on getting our minting threshold up. And then also we're going to get counting houses would be great. They're just really expensive to make. So what I am actually going to do is focus on flat modifiers or things that will buff us our income in indirect ways. So by getting trade range as well, we'll be able to make more trades by importing and exporting. We would want to get, let's see, what else here is going to directly increase our income. This right here, merchants and trade, more trade range, so that's going to be 500 trade range added. And we could do a clergy equilibrium increase. What we may need to do is do actually this right here, Renaissance, and then get Stato Damar. This is going to increase our trade efficiency, which basically trade efficiency increases the cost of the good, or basically it makes it to where it makes it more profitable for the trade. Makes it, when you go sell something, it makes it to where you're selling it for more than you actually got it for. You artificially inflate it. And then also too, getting this extra cabinet seat would help a lot, as well as the crown power. So what we will do is we will focus on that actually. The trade range is nice, but we will focus on getting the direct modifiers that will give us gold quicker. Trade range is a buff, but not necessarily a guaranteed one. So we're going to go for crown power, extra cabinet. We'll just focus on that for now and then see where we get to right there. So we're waiting right now on this siege to finish. They're about to get Padovia, it looks like. Verona is taking, we're getting some bad rolls here. Just been sitting here waiting for a while now. We've been at war for a little bit now. Serbia is fighting back, but we will hopefully be able to, I just realized this, I totally blanked on this. During a coalition war, you cannot separate sue for peace when it is a coalition, so we can only do stuff with Verona, which is not bad. Basically, we're just going to take this province of Verona and as much gold as we can, and we will be in a truce with everyone else. And then Friuli has formed as well, so we have the county of Friuli is back. It is no longer Aquila. Looks like we have, oh, okay, I forgot about this. You do want to do this because this will give you the San Marco. I'm not going to try and pronounce that, but basically this increases development inside Venice. This is a big deal. I'm going to take out a loan to do this. Just do it. Okay, it is definitely worth it. So we finished annexing our first vassal from the Verona War, the first Verona War. These provinces are now part of our control, and they will have pretty high control with us. So this is what I was talking about. So I think it is going to be around 50 to 60%. Yeah, there it is, 60%. And we finally won our siege here too with Verona. So let's go kick this army's butt real quick. And then we can I think we should be able to peace out from there. They were able to take Padovia, and there goes our Doge. What did I say? He was going to go within 10 years. I'm telling you, characters do not last past 60, 55 to 60. They're more likely to die for some reason. So even though I am not building anything right now, my clergy is fairly rich. They're actually building jewelers guilds, temples, carpenter guilds, paper makers, which is going to increase my tax base for me. This is again why I focus on trying to make everyone happy and make sure that they have money coming into the estates, because they start to build things. I mean, there's my burgers building now paper makers, so this is what I was talking about. So that is good for us. So even though we are not making money and we are not actively building anything and we are just building up a military, our estates are handling building up our economic base for us. Now you can't control it obviously, but if you have a demand for it and it's profitable, like the clergy are building up paper makers and libraries and stuff like that. Or not libraries, but paper makers, things that they use basically. If they consume it and that they want it and it's a need and it's profitable, they will build it. So we were able to stack wipe 2 armies, and I think that we had to chase them all the way down here to almost to central Italy. This might be the nail in the coffin for Verona. Almost there, -6. They were at -44. So we need to just put it back into our favor. We are almost there, boys. Nation, flee from temptation. Alright, boys, almost there. Almost there. And now we have the schism in the church. The Pope in France are at odds. Me and France are actually boys now. He has pretty high opinion of me, and whenever we get the chance, we will start building trade offices inside his markets, so we can start building them on his coastal nations. So we need to do that pretty soon, and I'm thinking we might have to do something here actually for our income now that I realized it. So let's go ahead and pause real quick. We are going to go ahead and take Council of 40. We are going to pay 20 stability, and we are going to change to bank ledger system. This is going to increase or decrease our trade maintenance, which will increase our income from trade. So we're making 19 ducats now. It's going to take a bit for that to go into effect. Looks like 1364, so 2 years total. Let's see now, will Verona let us take their land? Still won't let us take their land. Oh, why won't they let us take their land? It's because Serbia and Ferraria and Epirus still have some troops. Probably, I'm guessing. Let's see. Peace officer, war score, months at war. Current war exhaustion, has nothing to lose. The country would disappear. But if I took most of... See, okay. So I could just let go of one and end the war right now. I think this is the way. So we'll get them to pay war reps. No, that's fine. We don't need it. Alright, so we'll just take Verona in this manner. We're just going to have to not take the whole province. I don't mind. This will get us out of the war. This will get us the coalition away from us. We'll be able to decrease the maintenance for everything. And hopefully now we can get our nation to heal a bit. So let's get this guy. We'll have him start integrating Verona, which will take, what, 7 years? That's not bad. Not bad at all. And then we want to start annexing you, and we can't do it. We have 87 opinion. You do not like us for some reason. It's because we annexed someone and we did not fulfill a land promise. Okay, I was supposed to give you the land? No, sir. Very strange. No, sir. So now we're actually in the positive, so we're no longer losing money. Yep. Trade income is going up a little bit. Taxes went up a little bit. So let's go ahead and have our parliament, and let's see, market expansion. Yeah, we're gonna do that. That'll give us a lot more money while we're running parliament. 7 ducats, it just doubled it for us. We will see if I don't want to give burghers more power than necessary, and Mestre is going to be a big town, so what we're going to do is we're going to just take the 52 gold, not the 102. So I actually want to talk about this privilege. I actually just gave powerful I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. I just gave this privilege away to the clergy. And so what it does is it allows us to put more clerics in towns and cities, 100 more. And the reason why we want to do this is that clerics will start to request more goods. So you want them to request goods. The more goods that they request, the more money that they spend on these things, which is going to be, so if we highlight them, we have their monthly expenses. They are buying books, wine, fine cloth, paper, furniture, for example. So all that stuff would start being purchased more because there would be more clerics, and it would add another, what? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 towns in this area, 6 towns or so. So it would add another 600 clerics to our overall base, which means that we don't have that many clerics. We only have 6,000. So that's a good 10-15% or a good 10% buff that we're getting. They're spending a bunch of money. They're spending how much on expenses? 7 ducats with just that many. So that'll add an extra ducat or two, hopefully, to our income just from that alone. Trade, maintenance, I think that reform has now kicked in, or nope, it's about to. And as this kicks in, we start to receive more and more trade maintenance buff. So as you can see, Bank Ledgers is enacting itself, and as that happens, we start to make more and more money on trade income. So we went from 19 now to 25, and it is slowly climbing. Look at that, the nobles. I love this. If you make the nobles rich, which I was able to do, we're gonna repay this loan, repay, 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 extend, repay, extend, extend. Okay, they are building armories right here for me, so that is really good. I've noticed the estates like to build things that they like to do or use, so the burghers here are building tools, the clerics here are building wineries, and the estates are building armories. Basically, they kind of stick to their lane. So this is helping us in a lot because we're able to pay off our debt while they are building buildings that will then give us more manpower, increase demand. So, you know, gunsmiths will become more profitable, all that kind of stuff. Because so armories, they actually use a fair amount of goods. They use firearms, leather, cloth, paper, and weaponry. So it makes all of that more expensive, especially weaponry early on. You start getting a good demand because of your armories. See, armories right here. Oop, man, so tedious. Hold on. Here we go. Demand. Boop. So the needs of the nobles, of course, it doesn't show me the exact number. There you go. Needs of the nobles is 1.45. Peasants have the demand as well, but really the biggest demand is coming from armories. So not even, you can't really trade weaponry. I've noticed the price of weaponry in most markets is pretty low, so there's not really a lot of profitable trades to do that until you get like firearms and stuff like that. Looks like we gain reduced taxes, maximum tax by minus 10%. Yes, we're gonna do this. This gets us out of debt, actually. We will have to reduce our maximum taxes, but what ended up happening was we were able to increase taxes for 1 year. We asked Parliament to let us do so. So we are going to decrease, which we can't tax them more than their satisfaction anyways, so maximum tax doesn't really matter to us. So let's go ahead and get out of debt. Go to current loans. So you can see that we have a lot of loans. Pressing OK, pressing OK. So we only have 12 more loans. We're only 574 in debt right now. So we are almost in the clear. Let's see what our troop count is. We are at 4,800 with a decent amount of regulars. At 1,000 regulars, honestly, we will become pretty unstoppable against smaller armies. They will have to have like at least 3 to 1 of our troop count. Let's make sure that we use recovery effort on our provinces that were sieged. Look at that, our states building things and all these other provinces now. Love it, love to see it. We are actually going to go ahead and now, since we can afford it, crank our army maintenance up, and we are going to start drilling our army. This will give them extra experience. It will make our army maintenance go up more. I just don't mind. It is just going to give us more, it's going to make them, hold on, I'll get into their experience. So army experience, what it does is when you drill the army, experience will reduce their combat damage. So this is really good, especially when wars happen. It means that the army will take a lot less troop fatalities. So what we're going to do is we are going to create a casus belli, and the casus belli is going to be forced into faction. We would have to wait 5 years now for Parliament to be able to fabricate something, but I think we can just basically get 2 or 3 claims going within the next 5 years to start getting our next wave of expansion prepared, because now that we have entered into professional armies, we want to take advantage of that and really start to press that advantage. So as you can see, we'll go to antagonism. All the countries in blue just do not care about our expansion so far. So by improving relations with Milan, Hungary, Naples, and the new Pope down here, pretty much the only people that care about my expansion are random Greek states that can't invade Venice because they lack boats, and then the smaller Italian states that band together, but they don't do it all at once. So they do it indiscriminately, like half of them at one time. And so we're able to fight some of them, put them in a truce, right? And while the others are like, hey, we're in a coalition against you, we want to fight you. So that's kind of how we're managing this expansion. And now the slingshot, really, like we're about to be out of debt here. We're back to making our good money again. We will probably be able to pay this off here in the next 2 to 3 years at the most. And our states are building up buildings here, you can see. So we are getting ready to, we are basically on the cliff. Ready to take a big leap into the rest of Italy. We're going to look into taking Ferrara and Friulia, and then as well as recapturing Constantinople, start making money from having a vassal there, and then eventually integrating it, and then getting money from the sound toll and from having trade capacity within the market itself. So we want to have, you can see now it is no longer Constantinople market, but if we increase our trade capacity here, there's only 8 trade capacity, making 6 profit. So, over here we have 66 capacity, making 61 profit. So what we want to do is we want to start getting our trade capacity up in these other markets that are surrounding us now. We'll probably start building some foreign buildings, such as the trade offices in France and in Naples, since they are our friend. But what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and end the video. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone that has watched. We have definitely gotten a lot farther in this run. Should be able to see, a good 20-25 years of gameplay, several wars, lots of different problems that have popped up. I didn't reload once in this run. So I did the previous one the couple times for the Crusade, but outside of the Crusade, we have not done any other save scum stuff. We had to defend ourselves against a pretty large coalition at the beginning of this, and we came out on top. And even though we went into a lot of debt, we are now coming back out of it. So I want to say shout out to everyone. I appreciate you guys. Have a blessed day. If you can, if you liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button and then subscribe to the channel. We will be releasing the third episode for this fairly soon as well, because I am really enjoying this run and I want to get more into it. I want to get into age 3 and 4 with y'all. All right. Thank you guys. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.